Incredible afternoon. Hello. Actually, no, we're still in 11:22 here on the East Coast. So, incredible morning to everyone. Or if you are watching this at a later date and time, incredible evenings incredible greetings because it just might be morning, afternoon, evening, so whatever time it is when you are watching this. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for clicking on my video and joining us over here, whether you're watching via YouTube or Meta. I'm trying my best to get into saying that versus Facebook because a lot of the correspondence that we get with having a business account, like a lot of the stuff says Meta. So I'm pretty sure logos, all that kind of good stuff will change at some point too. Um, So I'm trying to get used to saying that. So I try to say Meta whenever possible. But if you're watching this over on what you guys know as Facebook, thank you so very much for joining me and watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking and all that good jazz. So I'm going to take the time to go through what is included in my 30-day training. I made a post, got a few inboxes, got a few emails. And I'm in the business of selling my courses, selling my training, selling my ink and my paper. So as I teach my students that are in my creative business program, you have to continually be like a walking billboard, or you have to put out content. That is your commercials. So this is me practicing what I teach in I like doing live videos, so I don't have a problem coming on, explaining everything, answering any questions that you guys may have about the training, because this is a part of marketing for my business, which one of the key things is teach you guys Silhouette Studio. That's what I started Silhouaholics Anonymous for, whether it's the website, the group, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel. It was to teach you guys how to use Silhouette Studio. So whenever I am coming on live, you may already know about these things. You've seen other videos. This may not be the video for you, but if you could go ahead and hit that share button or tag someone in this video that it can be beneficial for. Maybe you don't, need this. We're always looking to bring in new students, get new enrollees. And that is what these are for. Maybe they didn't see my video that I did, even an hour ago, 2 days ago, a month ago. So when you are someone that has a business, if you're not going to use paid advertising where they're going to put the content out for you, you're going to have to make sure that you stay very consistent with posting, whether it's a video, if it's a live video, showing the different things that you make, showing your products, showing your services, or you're going to schedule where posts will go out. Even if it's the exact same post every single day, it is fine. You put the exact same post out every single, like every 6 hours, every 3 hours. That is perfectly fine. You don't have to have this like massive library of content for social media. When we're looking at commercials, these big companies, they record this commercial one time. Well, in the final edit, it's one version of it, and they may have like another commercial, another one. But that one, they spent money on the set, the actors, the director, the sound people, the this, the that. They're not going to go and just post that one time, because there's a lot of investment that went into that particular commercial. So they're going to make sure that they run that commercial on every platform, like every station, every channel, on multiple shows, depending on the demographic. And that is what you guys have to get in the mindset of. We want to grow to be these major companies, and we want to make major coins. We have to operate the same way that they do. There are a lot of free ways for you to market your business, and social media gives you that platform, but you have to be willing to put in the work. So right now, this is work for me. This is a basically free commercial that I'm able to do for my business. And I'm going to break down my course. It is an amazing course that will teach you Silhouette Studio. There's so many things that you will learn, and you can create things for your business right in Silhouette Studio. I do have one. Maybe I'll add that one. I have one that's called Complement Your Small Business with Silhouette Studio, and I teach you about thank you cards and logos, scratch off cards, your thumbnails for your product, pictures and overlays for your social media, your Instagram. Now, Canva is really, really great for something like for a lot of that. I've tried to get into Canva. I'm doing a little something, but I always kind of come back to Silhouette Studio. But oh, I'm sorry, I saw a comment there. And you know what? I am going to add that to it. So, and I'll make it to where you still only have to purchase 2 if you don't need it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to add that to let's go back over here. Let me just do a little back of the house stuff real quick. It is an automatic discount right now on the site, but I'm going to add one more to it. So let's go here and compliment. All right, boom. That's there. All you have to do is purchase any 2, and you'll get the discount on it. So we're going to save that. And then I'm going to go over here into my products and my collection. Actually, no, I need to go back. Okay, no. Oh, come on. Did it go to it? Yes, it did. Perfect. All right. All righty. Oh, goodness. I changed the name of it. Okay, there we go. Top trainings. All right, there we go. We're going to go ahead and save that. And let's just go over here real quick and let's just verify that it is there. All right, perfect. And now that I have 3 things there, I'm going to do one more. So you guys will get to see like in real time, like how these things change. I love Shopify. I actually have a course on that too. I have a challenge that's coming up for Shopify and setting it up. It's going to be over the course of a few days. Be on the lookout for more information on that so that you guys can get your Shopify. If you desire to have a Shopify, you don't have to have one. But if you're at the stage of your business and you want to have a Shopify site, I have a training that's coming up really, really soon on how to get the most out of utilizing Shopify. All right, and really understanding the ins and outs and getting that all set up. All right, perfect. And let's see, let's add that to the cart. And oh, it didn't take that one off. Let me go back real quick because we want to make sure that you guys are getting your discount. I don't know if I didn't hit save. Oh, I think I have to make it to where it's all 3. Hold on. Let's refresh and go over to our cart. Okay, I don't know why it's not showing up. All right. I have no idea why it's not working. All right, let's go. Let's see. Memorial, add to cart. There it is. Now that is a part of it as well. Unfortunately, it won't let me do it to where you can only add 2. You have to I think you have to do all 3. So let's see. Let's take that off and refresh cart. Oh no, it will do it with just the 2. All right, perfect. So you can do any combination of 2 for these and it will take it off, but then it won't add the 3rd one. So pick any 2. I'm going to do 3. There we go. So you get that one. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably go in and add one that is not an automatic cart discount and go back in and add a manual discount that you guys can apply if you only want to get like the 30-day training and 1 or 2 of the other courses. I'll probably go in there and do that, but I just can't fully do that right now. But I did set that up. That's an automatic discount if you end up adding all of them. You know what? The Compliment Your Small Business, I'm going to make that one that is separate. Yeah, I'm going to make that one where it is separate. And so you can add any, you'll get it off of any 2. But then if you want all 3, like I'll do a separate one for Compliment Your Small Business. But it is there. It's an amazing one. It goes through a lot. All of my classes, when the first run, they're always live. Anything after that you're getting the playbacks of it. So I have so many courses. There is no way that I would ever be able to repeat all of these courses, especially when they're multiple days. I keep repeating them over and over and over again live. So they come back around, every so often. And this is one of those because this was several days of trainings in Silhouette Studio to do different things. So if I show you the calendar, this was back in, I forget when I actually did this. I might say it here. But as you can see, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sessions. 9 different sessions. So whenever you guys are purchasing my classes, if it's not something where it's, advertised today and it's coming up and it's live, you're always getting the playbacks of it, but it's a full playback. Nothing is cut out and edited. So you get to hear all of the questions, see all of the answers for it, and you'll still feel like you were there because of the format that it is recorded in. The only difference is, being able to answer questions in real time, but you can always ask in, groups, like in my groups, if you have any specific questions, something you don't understand, I can probably direct you to a video that will help break that down for you. All right. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to share with you guys what all is included in this 30-day training. All right. Make sure that you guys hit share. This is an amazing training. Anyone, whether you're getting into doing eco-solvent transfers, if you're doing sublimation, if you're doing stickers, if you're doing print and cuts, if you're doing fans, if you're still, not say still, because I still do HTV, I actually love HTV. If you're doing HTV, if you're doing adhesive vinyls, if you're doing 3D models of things, you're making the Hershey purses, you're making chip bags. It does, like, all of these things start with designing in a graphic designing software. And Silhouette Studio allows you to do the same things some of the same things you can do in Photoshop or Illustrator or Affinity. You can do it in Silhouette Studio. And that's my program of choice. Are there programs that can be considered better and, you can grow up, you can grow and scale up to those? Yes. But Silhouette Studio is a program I have been using for years and years and years, and I absolutely love it. All right, let me go over here. All right, perfect. That is on there, and I can see that. All right, cool beans. And let me go over here and just hit share real quick on this. Share to a group. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, cool beans. There we go. So let's go through some of the things I hear. What if I already have the 30-day? I unfortunately, because it's an automatic discount, I cannot change anything on it. So this is a promotion more so for those who don't have any of it. So if you're still interested in those, you'll just have to wait until they go on sale. Another time, you just have to wait for a sale for those. I normally have those like my birthday, um, HS Inc. and HS Inc. Day, Black Friday. Those are days that like most of my classes and my courses and stuff go on sale. So you just have to wait for a sale for that. But for this one, this is the current sale for today. More so for like those who are new, you want to get a 30-day, but also add some additional trainings in there. It's a perfect opportunity to get them at a discounted rate, right? So what is included in this 30-day training? I have um gone through like just a lot of different classes that I've taught, just going off of some of the live videos, the questions that I get asked in groups all the time. And I put together this training where it breaks it down, where you guys can understand how to do these things that you're all, that you may ask in a group. You may not fully find the answer that you're, seeking in a YouTube video, or maybe the answer really is there, but because you don't understand the program, you go and, you'll tell the person, oh, this is a bad video. You didn't break this down. Why didn't you explain this? Because it's a tutorial. I'm just showing you how. If you want to know the why, that's where you get into those more in-depth trainings. Or maybe the screen is too small. You can't see exactly where they're clicking at. Maybe you feel like they're clicking too fast, when in actuality, it's a really, good pace and you can always pause, but you're just not making those connections. This is the type of training that will help bridge those connections. It can make it easier for you to understand some of these YouTube videos that you watch and you're just like, I don't get it. If you have taken my course already, I challenge you, go back to a video, whether it's mine or anyone else's video on YouTube that was showing you something in silhouette and you're like, wait a minute, what the heck? Now go back and watch it with a new understanding of silhouette and you're going to be like, oh, yep. And you know what you might also do? You might be able to pick out some of the things and be like, oh, they could have did this a little bit faster. They would have did it this way. It would have been, it would have been faster. This is a better way. Because I've watched a few videos where I see them take way too many steps. And it's something that only takes like 2 or 3 steps and they're taking 30,000 steps. So it's kind of interesting to watch videos and really see like, man, they're taking forever to do that. When they just knew how to really use the program, they can get that done a lot faster. So do that. I challenge you guys. If you've taken the course, look at some of the other videos and you'll probably be able to understand them a whole lot better now. Okay. Is this a go at your own pace class? It's a go at your own pace training. Yes, because I went through 30 different days. I'm going to go over to here. I have to change it. I really need to put those over onto this one. So you saw my colors change, but it is broken down like this. So we're going to go here, and this is your first 6 days, right? You can, maybe if you feel like you know the features and benefits and the upgrades, you know the preferences and shortcuts, you understand the program layout, maybe you want to skip the first 3 days. That's on you. I don't recommend it. I recommend going through it and at least writing down a few notes and stuff from it. But, maybe you're at a point where you really, really, really need to understand like compound paths. So you might start and go back to day 1 through 3 later, but you're going to come down to the modified tools and you're going to go to compound paths so you can understand that. Or you might want to jump to going to tracing because you really need to know that. But it's all broken down. So for 7 days, I taught different modules, different tools, different functions, and showed the inner workings of them. So that's week 2. This is week 3. That's what we went through. Edit points, man. My students, and I tell y'all, my students are killing the game on edit points because of the way that it is broken down in this course. And then week 4, and the end of week 4 and week 5, we did a lot of hands-on designing. I showed them different designs that I've done and broke down how those were made. So 5 weeks, $83.65. This can easily, you have people who are giving you much, much, much less, and they're charging $1,000 for 1 day, 2 days. I'm giving you 30 days. This can easily be a couple $100. But, I decided to have this be, that's the number that I am perfectly okay with. But I know that the value of this is worth hundreds, if not thousands. 30 days, over 40 hours, 40 hours of training in this one little put together for you course, and you can go through. And so I'm teaching you for 30 days, right? But I also give you the worksheets. I give you a note guide so that you can take your own notes and go back and look at your notes where you can write it in your own terms, how you're going to understand. And I give you all of the worksheets for the days that require worksheets. If it's something that is just a regular download, there's links for you to go get those downloads, and so that you can follow along. Who puts that much energy and effort into a course for less than $100? Less than $100, and you're getting all of this. All right. So this is the training from the point editing class. I just wanted you to kind of see all of the different worksheets that you get with this. So for point editing, we went through, I think, we went through the cars, the battle royale, the Fortnite, and I forget which other one we went through. And then on here, I'm going to show you how this is. So if you look, this, sometimes, folk on different sites, kind of like Etsy, they will just go and they'll trace something. I can always tell when something was traced. So they might go and trace it, and because Silhouette doesn't sometimes doesn't pick it up very, very well, or maybe it was just a low resolution image, you don't have as sharp of lines as you should have, as you could have or should have. So in point editing, it's not just about manually tracing things. I go and I show you how to make things better. So this has some areas where it's rounded off, and it looks different from this C to that C. That spacing down there looks different. The point here looks different. But now you want them to look uniform. You want to put out the best possible version that you can. So I'm going to make everything flat to where I have nice smooth lines. I'm going to go in here, delete point here, bring this down some, and delete point, so that I'm creating nice, clean, sharp lines. So I'm going to come through here, delete point, and you can see how that U is changing to where it's no longer kind of, going in and out. Some things are curved that should not be curved. We're going to create nice, smooth lines. We have sharp corners where there should be sharp corners. I'm going to show you that one more time with the C. I'm going to pull this one out just a little, and then we're going to go in and delete a lot of these points that we don't need. I break that down. A lot of the times it's harder for you guys to understand edit points because you're trying to work with way, way, way too many points. And I'm going through this in a way that it's easier for me, but in the class, I show guidelines and, oh, wait, come on now. What the heck is going on here? And so, this is why now y'all get to see, when you watch the class, you'll see why the way I showed you in class is a whole lot better, because I keep having to undo and add points in weird places. So let's go ahead and make that flat. All right, I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to still fix it. We're going to move this back. We're going to delete point. Let's come through here and delete point, delete point, delete point, delete, delete. All right, and delete. All All right, now we're just going to move this here. Move this down. All right. But you can see the difference in how sharp the areas are, like that should be sharp areas. And in the class, I show you how to line all those up to make sure that they're not slanted and stuff. But look at the difference in those C's, that this is from a really not so great trace. And then when you understand how to correct it using your edit points, you get a much cleaner look. And we go over that on that point editing days. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and close this one because I have way too many things open. So we're just going to close this tab. Nope, I don't need to save that. All right, we're going to kind of come all the way over here. And so we go through tracing. This right here is like the main one that we went through. I show you how to close this off to where it can look like he's actually standing on grass. So most times you'll think that, man, these already have color in them. I thought they said you have to have a coloring book or just like a black and white image, maybe one that's like this one to be able to change the colors. Not always true. Of course, you can do the coloring book ones and be able to change the colors, but you can also trace items like this and be able to add patterns, change the colors on them. Right after the class, there was someone that had to do, I think it was a gender reveal or a baby shower or something like that. And they were able to make a blue and a pink version. They added a bow to it. So you can do so much with colored ones as long as you know how to trace it. And then it was so cool because she realized that the word honey, when she flipped it so she can have the boy and the girl version, the word honey was wrong. So it was so awesome for her to come in the group and post that she saw that mistake. And because of the training, she knew immediately how to go in and fix that so that even though it was flipped the other way, so I'm going to flip this horizontally and you'll see that the word honey is now incorrect. So she was able to take that, flip it, rotate it, and it shows the right way from the other side. So that was pretty cool to see that that the training was just that great to where from all the different ones that put together, she knew to do those things to get it to look the correct way. All right. So there's that one. So you get 3 different tracing worksheets. So there's one with the colored pages, and we're going to go ahead and close that one. Nope, don't need to save it. And then we have our basic tracing. So we walk through tracing each of these, understanding about reverse tracing, trace by color. All of that is in this training. Okay. If you guys have any questions for me as I'm going through this, feel free to go ahead and ask them. All right. So I'm just going to use my keyboard shortcuts to shut this down. All right. This one was for offsetting, I believe. Compound path. I'm sorry. So that's what this is. I'm going to show you just a quick little snippet here. These look the same, but you'll see how in the class, they really aren't set up the same. And I'm going to take this and go here, make it a compound path. Let's go like this. And do I have more than one there? Oh, they're actually already done. They're already a compound path. Perfect. So here. So those are already done. We're going to release compound path on this, and I'm going to show you the color on this one. So looks like that. You select them, you make it a compound path, and that's where you get the ring. So there's a lot of different things in here. These look like they're exactly the same when there's no color in it, but it really is not. So that's broken down. The difference between these and how you can tell if something is a compound path is double clicking. If I double click on that, I don't get the edit points. These look exactly the same, but if I double click here, I get edit points. That lets you know that this is a compound path. And then there's a way that if you want to break them up and change them as different colors, we go through all of that in this training. All right, so there's that one. We're going to go ahead and close out of that. No. This is another tracing one. So that was 3 tracings. That wasn't the end of tracing, because then we have the tracing where we did, oh God, here is another tracing. So this was trace and then compound path. So that was another tracing. Like we really break it down. And every way, like almost everything that you can think of is in here. It's not just, sometimes people show tracings, like we're just going to show you the basic. You're going to go over here, put a box, increase your threshold, trace, release compound path, or trace and detach. No. In this one, almost every scenario that you can think of when it comes to tracing is covered in the tracing days. Like it's like 3 days of tracing. I think there's another one. Boom, here's another one. This was trace and detach. So the other ones were all just regular standard tracings. Then we had trace and compound paths. Then we have trace and detach. And it's not just one, because not every image is the same. When you're going and you're doing trace and detach, what you learned from one video, now you have a totally different image. Guess what? Those techniques may not work with what you have. So if you can tell me a training, if you can give me strong evidence of a training that gives you this many worksheets, that give you this many examples, and goes through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or more, even if they go through 3 different ways to trace and detach, I will give you $100 gift card to our website. If you can show me evidence of a training that is this detailed, I'll give you $100 gift card to our website. All right, so then there's trace and detach. Oh, wait, guess what? Guess who's not done with tracing? Boom. Then there's a totally different trace, and how you can go from tracing this to creating something that looks like this. So we go through that. So definitely not done, right? And then here is another one as far as tracing. So that was just the breakdown worksheet. So there's that one. Then for cropping. One, there are so many different ways so many different things that affects cropping. So someone can easily go and say, all right, you're going to go and you're going to put your text, you're going to put your shape in the middle of this, and you're going to hit crop. Well, what happens when you try that same thing and it's not working out like this? You stopped the video, you paused it, you made sure that you were doing everything that they were doing. Well, guess what? They're going to do a video, they're going to edit it, they're going to show you the best parts the most perfect way. You know what my training does? When something is not ideal, my training teaches you how to figure out what was not ideal, what the issue was. Maybe you had a little piece of something somewhere else. Maybe it was off a little bit. Maybe you had 2 of them. Maybe it wasn't to the front. It should have been to the front or to the back and things like that. I take you through the troubleshooting part too, for you to understand why something is not working when you go to do it yourself. All of that is included for $83.65. So there's one for crop. Then we have, let's see, this is the one for subtract. So there are different ways and things happen, like, different, depending on if it's to the front, to the back, how many layers are there. So I went through these, look the same, right? They don't work the same. Depending on if your things are separate, are they grouped together? Are they grouped together? Are they a compound path? Are they separated? So when you go in to subtract, you might get different results. So I break all of that down. These 2 look exactly the same, right? But if I select here and I go subtract, we're left with that. But if I come here and I go subtract, whoa, they looked almost the same. It was just the orientation of it. Those things matter when it comes to subtracting in Silhouette Studio, and we break all of that down. All right, weld. Look at how many different examples I give you for weld and divide. Every scenario that you can think of, when I tell you, it is covered in this 30 days. You will feel like you are a pro. You will feel like you can go and teach a silhouette course after going through this training. And if you go through and you decide that you want to start teaching classes, you want to start doing YouTube videos, and you are able to say, I learned this from the professor, they're going to trust that, hey, you might know what you're talking about, because if you were trained by the professor and how she teaches and how she breaks stuff down, so now you're going and you're teaching it, it's going to give you so much more credibility in the fact that you received your training and basically like certification through the professor. So there's weld and divide. Oh, and the other good part about it was some of the files that were chosen or that are in here, guess what you can now do? You can create products, you can create designs using. Now you can't sell it as an SVG or things like that, but you can now go, if you had one that was having a cruise, so it said birthday girls, entourage, or shipmate and things like that, you can now take those and create designs, create product for your customers. I chose some really, really good ones for this course. All right. This was a really, really big one because we were also getting ready for like grad stuff. I picked some pictures. We go through and I show you guys about cropping images to text. And then depending on that text, how to move things around, how to do multiple ones inside one letter. This was a really, 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 really great session with cropping. And I provide you all of these images, so you don't have to go and look for them. So while you're learning, everything is provided for you. And then once you kind of get the hang of it, you do it with all of these images a few times, then you can try with your own images. So that is included in this training. The link for it is in the description of this video. It's going to take you right over to our website, shop.hsinc365.com. That's where you're going to find this particular course at. Like I said, the link in the description will take you right there. Right now, there is a sale going on. If you purchase Essentials to Silhouette Studio, Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days, you can get any two of these courses for 30% off. So you can choose any two and you'll get it for 30% off. All right. These are amazing to then take what you're learning from the 30 days and now apply it to different techniques. If you've ever taken, like if you took this one and you're like, you went through it, you got your image and you were able to switch it up, but maybe you still don't fully understand Essential Silhouette Studio. Now you have to go back to the basics and get a full understanding. But the switch up to go from this, and you'll be able to create each one of these images where it's kind of just changed up, moving the ponytail, changing the eyes, changing the lips, giving her dimples, being able to, like with this one, was it vitiligo, being able to, make it look like, for someone else to, for your client to feel like, dang, this image looks like me. You took the time to make an image that looks like me, changing the eye colors and things like that. So the switch up is great. The memorial one will blow your mind. The things that you can do with that. I also provide a lot of elements for the memorial one. I don't even think that's up here. Like the clouds, the fades, doves, skylines. So, heaven backgrounds. So much is provided like for downloads for the memorial course. And I think this one is just the butterfly from week 1, where we're showing how to split it up, how to change the colors in it. This one, I even break down like how to select. So we go through and I'm telling you to start at this one and then, drag and select to this point, and I show you what that does. So it's really, really well thought out in how this course is put together. She says, the money I spent on the 30-day training was definitely well spent. I would do it all over again. Man, thank you for that. Right. So that's everything, like, giving you kind of like a little snapshot of what's included. If you guys have any questions for me, I will stay on for a few more minutes to answer any questions that you guys may have. If there are no questions, I will go ahead and not take up any more of your Saturday and hop off of here. I do have another video that's scheduled for 1 p.m. I had to change the time of it because I wanted to do this video, but it's breaking down how to use the fade bars. Although I have shown in countless videos how to use the fade bars, but I'm just going to put it in one video on different ways that you can use the fade bars that are on my website. All right. So again, last call for any questions. I know sometimes it takes a little time to type it out, so I'll give you guys a little minute for that. While you guys are formulating your questions, I'm going to go back over to the website and just remind you guys that we are the home of that Change the Game sublimation paper that allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds with most heat presses. Even with an easy press, I'm able to do 365 for 30, sometimes 35 seconds, depending on the colors, just applying that really good pressure on it. No cover sheet. So that means no butcher paper, no parchment paper, no craft paper, no cardstock. None of that is required as long as your substrate isn't going to mess up your platen, or as long as no colored polyester or no other sublimation ink is exposed. You don't have to worry about covering. So it'll cut your time down because you don't have to worry about putting paper on the inside, putting paper on top, and doing all of that. So we have that. We changed the game in how you think about summation paper. Now everybody has, everyone's advertising no butcher paper and lower temps and lower times. But you guys heard that first over here on HS Ink, because I did the research so that we can do things more efficiently, figuring out the right settings to where you're still getting vibrant colors. So do always remember that we were the trendsetters in this whole wave of no butcher paper and lower temps and times. I want to thank you so much for answering my questions when I message you. You are very welcome. It is no longer live. It was live in March, from March 1st to March 30th. So now what you get access to is all of the playbacks. When I did it, I work, I'm gonna say 9 to 5, but I work a regular day like you guys. So I have a family, so I cannot do all the classes in the evenings because then I'll never be able to eat dinner with my family. And then everyone's also on different time zones. I'm on the East Coast. So when I did this, it was at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you had to wait 30 days to get each of these trainings. So I know, to me, you guys are getting the better end of the deal. Yes, those who were able to attend live, they were able to ask questions if they needed. You guys get access to all the questions that they ask, because it's probably going to be some of the same questions that you have. If someone didn't quite get it, they were able to share their screen, and we troubleshot and we looked at it and saw what they were missing, what steps they were missing. Guess what? You get to still see all of that because maybe you will run into the same exact issues. So it's no longer live, but it is better because you have access to all 30 days now and the full playbacks. No, you can repeat it over and over and over. You have lifetime. It's just that all of the information was taught throughout 30 days. So I broke it up. Each tool or each function was broken up to be taught over 30 days, but you have a lifetime to be able to go through it and learn it and master it. Incredible paper, great paper. Those are some better adjectives. It is good, but it's incredible. It is magnificent. It is amazing. It is great. It is wonderful paper. But thank you for that compliment. Oh, and so waiting again for you guys. I'm going to finish my thought. We offer sublimation ink and pigment ink. We have the kits and we have the setups for the older workforces. I just had someone who, I guess whoever had it, they did not know, they didn't have the professor in their back pocket. So they thought that their printer was a complete dud. And they're like, oh, well, you can use it for scanning, you can use it for parts and stuff like that. She sold her a 7720, I believe. I'm not sure, 7720, 7710, one of those. She sold it to her for $10. $10. She watched my videos and she now has the best submation printer. If you were able to get one of the ones from like the old series, treat that thing like it is priceless. Take care of it, clean it, baby it, talk to it, because you're not going to get another printer that's like that where you have the the reset options and stuff like that. And you can just kind of keep using the same cartridge, the same chips over and over and over again. The old school workforces are the best. Can you use the new ones? Yes, but the old school ones, cherish those. Try to never be without your 7710, 7720, like in that series. But we have the quick start kits, the DIY kits for EcoTank printers. We have all of our bottles are keyed for. It's 140 milliliters. I have, especially using my paper, our print settings that we recommend. I have people who have purchased and they do quite a bit of printing, and they have gone over 6 months with that 140 milliliters in their printer where it's not running out. So it's a great, great, great value in the fact that we sell the 140 milliliter bottles, not 70, not 100, not 127, not 124. We sell 140 milliliter bottles. So you're definitely going to get more bang for your buck with that. And then, of course, the Epson 7840. If you guys don't know, you see the little hand, that means you can click on it and it's going to take you over to that collection so you can get your cartridges with the chips as well as additional chips. They are on the site. You can now also purchase the chips by themselves. So if we come down here, you can purchase individual chips. We just put that on the site last week before last. So if you just happen to need a replacement black chip because all the rest of them you have, you can now buy them individually, or you can buy the full set. So that's now available on the website. So it's only our top classes. So right here, when you're on the site, it tells you right here, if you buy the Learn, you can get the Memorial Switch Up, or small business. So any two that you add, it's going to take 30% off of the additional classes. This right here is not on sale, but if you purchase that, you can get any two of these 3 courses for 30% off. So this right here is 9 different sessions. Teach in that there's a calendar that shows you like all the different sessions for it. So it's only what's right here. It's not for all the classes. It's only for what is right here, and that is indicated right here where it says Top Silhouette Studio Training. These are my biggest sellers, my best sellers when it comes to my trainings. Yes, the fade bar is going to be live. Alrighty, so if there are no other questions, thank you guys so very much for joining me and listening to me talk about this amazing training. Hopefully you will be able to attend it, enroll in the training and get started with understanding Silhouette Studio so much better. We will have our bachelor's program and master's program that's going to open up again pretty soon for as far as the open enrollment. That's going to open up soon if you want to join that, because we go into the programs a little bit more. We have weekly sessions for that one. So be on the lookout for that as well. All right. So thank you again. Until next time, share this video, tag someone in this video, like this video, leave a comment on it, just say, hey, and oh, wait a minute. We have a question here. Do you need the business version? No, you do not need it, but there are so many benefits to it. And if you use, I forgot to put that on there. There is a code on Swing Design where you can get it for 40% off. Let's go here and let me get that for you. Let me get that link. And you can get it for, I believe the sale is still on, and you can get it for 40% off. It is well worth it to get the business edition, but do you need it? No. There are things that you will see me do that can't be done unless you have one of the upgrades. So when we get to talking about the rulers, we get to talking about uh, uh, crosshairs and the center of rotation, the rhinestone class. You won't be able to participate in any of the rhinestone class because you don't have the upgraded version. So you get rhinestones in the designer edition, but business covers everything. The multiple, I break down like the multiple undo, all of that requires requires business edition. And for certain things, it's the upgrade. If you want to be able to open up SVGs, when we get to the course on the differences between SVGs and DXF files, you do have to have Designer Edition, Designer Plus, or Business in order to open up those SVG files. All right, so let's go here. And the code for 40% off. All right, there we go. Yeah, so it will take it off automatically. So if I go to my cart, I'm going to take off all of this. So see, oh wait, why is this one not showing up? Hold on. I may have to take the compliment your small business one off. All right, so let's see here. Let me go over here. We're going to add this to the cart, right? Nothing here. We're going to add the memorial one. Still no discount. We're going to add this one. Oh, yeah. See, I think I have to change it. Hold on. Let me see. Did I take it off? Oh, yeah. I took off creative. I took that one off. Because then it's like you have to choose between the three. I will, I'll add it back. You can only choose two. So you get 30% off of any two. So you have to choose which two you want. So we're going to go save and let's refresh our cart. There we go. See, now you see the discount there. If we add the snapback or the switch up class to it, it's not going to give you the discount. It's going to, it'll take off of the complimentary small business. So if you want this, you have to combine this with one of the others because it's going to take it off of the lower items first. So this one costs more. So you'll just have to take one of the other ones off. So it's any two you'll be able to get the 30% off of. All right. And it's an automatic discount. All right, so we're going to close that out, and I need to change that on the description at the top. So easy. Like, man, I'm telling y'all, Shopify, when you are ready for a website, you have the traffic, you're ready to drive the traffic to it. It is a great, great platform to run your e-commerce business from. I have experience with kind of creating my own through just having my own site through a site host. I know of people who have Wix. My sister's coming today to change from Wix to Shopify. We're gonna set her site up today, and they're gonna switch over because there's just certain things that there are just more benefits depending on how you want your e-commerce store to run, how you want to grow. There are more benefits to having a Shopify site over some of the other ones, and we're gonna actually change her site over today. right, let's see. All right, there we go. So that's fixed. All right, no other questions. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.